a month ago and said, thank you, Meegs, and said, Sarah, is this something you'd be willing to take a look at? I said, sure, I'll hear you out. And I came to a call very similar to this. And after the call, Kid texts me and he's like, Sarah, were you just being polite on that call, or are you actually really interested in this? And I said, no, this is genius. So I'm really excited to be partnered with this incredible company. My husband, Rob, and I have been talking about what the hell to do with gold and silver, as so many people in our beautiful Freedom community are probably also discussing within their homes as well. And when this landed on our lap, this just made a whole lot of sense to both of us. So the fact that you see Rob here on the call is a testament that the men are also picking up on the fact that this is a golden opportunity, which is so awesome to see. So before I hand it over to Kid to just introduce his team, I just want to give a shout out to the incredible leaders who have joined my team. And those people are Devin Griffith. So if you are invited through one of these people, this is where they have brought you, and they've brought you because they want you to understand this opportunity. Everyone's loving the non-negotiable hat. Shout out to Mike and Jen. Actually, they're on my team. They're here with us today, founders of the non-negotiable brand. Devin Griffith is with us here. We have Holly and Derek Sheffold, Andrea Parker and her wife, Mel Mills, Elisa Kurliowicz, I so hope I said your name correctly. You know my phobia with saying names wrong. Meegs is in the house. Kristen Nagel is here with us. We have Laura Foster and, of course, my husband, Rob Swain. I'm going to hand it over to Kid Carson just to introduce his squad too.
Awesome. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, I got to give a shout out first to Laura, who is the person who first introduced this to me. And it's funny how I was looking for a solution like this, and I sort of threw my hands up to the universe and said, give me something that, you know, I can share with my posse, my community that are awake and freedom lovers, and that's totally aligned. And the next morning I woke up and Laura's email was at the top of my inbox. And so I looked at something that maybe I wouldn't have looked at otherwise. And I'm so glad I did, because Laura's been incredible. And Tony and Laura signed up through Tony. So I got to give a shout out to Tony, who's also on the line, who's been incredible. These women have been taken a guy who had no idea how this would all work and rushed me into a place where I feel pretty excited and confident about where this is going. Rebecca Matthews, a lot of you know Rebecca, who was one of the first to stand up and take the bullets when she was outspoken against some of the weird stuff happening. Saneet Kaur, who has also spoken at my Kid Carson and Friends events. I know many of you are here through Saneet. Carla Treadway is on the line. I'm so happy to be working arm in arm with her as we bring people in. Amanda Steele, who you can see, I think, right there. I love Amanda. Amanda is one of the coaches that helps me with some of the stuff. And Kaylor Betts. I'm not sure if Kaylor's on this call, but all of us here adore Kaylor, and I was really pumped when he saw this opportunity and jumped right into. So get an amazing team of people. These are all sort of my new Freedom family that I met over the last couple of years. And so it makes it extra special that we can all work on something together like this. So thanks everyone for being here.
Awesome. So I have chills just thinking about the fact that we get to do this as one big friggin' Freedom family. So I'm so pumped that just at the thought of more of you joining us on this really, really powerful mission. And if you know me and anything I stand for at all, I'm all about solutions. And when I see a solution for myself and my family, if it makes sense to bring that to my community, then that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm also really honored about the fact that we have Mark and Danielle here coming in from the beautiful USA. Happy belated Independence Day to any Americans on the call. We know that you guys forget about Canada Day all the time, but that's okay. We're going to see past that. Happy Independence Day, everyone in America. Mark and Danielle have been so phenomenal as a support system for Kid, myself, the leaders who have joined my team in just helping us understand what we're actually working with here with 7K. So whether it comes down to simply leveraging 7K as a really easy and streamlined way for you to be able to purchase gold and silver or geek out on collectible coins, which is something I never thought in a million years I would ever even have on my radar, let alone actually do it. Now my husband and I sit here looking at coins in our hand and It's what we do in our free time now, honey. But Mark and Danielle have they've just been so wonderful in helping us understand how simple this model actually is. And we know that within the freedom community specifically, so many people are looking for solutions when it comes to gold and silver. And to be totally honest with you guys, you can go and get gold and silver in a number of ways. We are not suggesting that the model that we are using is the only way or the best way for you to do this. This is simply an option for you. There's many people on our team who already buy silver and gold, and they've added this in as another way for them to continue to build their assets, build their legacy, and also create an income as they do so. And so obviously, me being a business strategist by trade, the business model of 7K sent me flying. I'm a huge advocate for the world of network marketing. So in total transparency, we don't hide anything here. This is a network marketing opportunity for those people who are interested in the business side of things. For everyone else, this is simply an opportunity for you to understand how you can go about getting gold, silver, collectibles, build your assets in a super streamlined way. It's basically like a set it and forget it kind of system. And it just takes the guesswork out of things, which is what was really appealing for us. We really didn't know much about gold and silver. We just know that it's kind of important for us to start collecting these things. So what I'm going to do now, if Mark and Danielle are here, I see their cameras off. I just want to make sure that they're ready to go. They're going to be doing a presentation on just how this actually works from a customer standpoint. So what does a membership with 7K look like? How do you start stacking your assets with 7K? What are collectibles? How do you get gold? How do you get silver? Why is this so simple? Why are we so fired up about this? And like I said, they've done such a phenomenal job to support me in coming onto this in this organization, as well as my leaders. And I'm so grateful that they're here to support all of you today. So I see that they're here. Mark and Danielle, I'll hand it over to you.
All right. Hello, everybody.
Yes.
This is amazing to see so many people on here. And I have to tell you, Canada is near and dear to my heart. My father was born in Quebec, and my entire side of the family on his side is up there. So I love Canada so much, and to watch what has happened to your country in the last 3.5 years has just been heartbreaking, but so much hope you guys gave us, especially during that Freedom Convoy. You have no idea how much you inspired us here in the US, and to watch you guys do it so beautifully and so gracefully, it's just amazing. Mark and I were actually already part of 7K at that point. And we're like, my gosh, we have to get this message to the people in Canada, because we really see this as a vehicle for sovereignty and for freedom. And I always say, as we watch the old systems collapse, which we all know they need to collapse, we really feel like this is the bridge to help people make that transition and do it in a way that you are protecting what you have worked long and hard for. We have to re-educate ourselves, because we find out that information has been suppressed from us, and gold and silver, as far as our finances go, has been one of the big missing pieces of the puzzle for us to remain sovereign. This is something that by design has been kept from us. But when you learn that the banks and the governments have always been hoarding it, yet telling us to do the opposite, you realize, you know what, it's no longer time to do as I say, we're going to do as they do, right? And so we just feel so blessed. We thank you for taking the time. I get why you are inspired by this amazing group of leaders on here. We are so inspired by them as well. And so we're just so grateful to be here. And I'll hand it over to you, Mark.
Yeah, I just want to say this is an honor. I mean, it's an honor to be on with all of you, and to be able to share this with you. And, we are all in the same boat. This country's heading in the same direction. And so we need to go out there and we need to protect our sovereignty. We need to go out there and protect everything we worked our entire lives for. And so you're not alone. And here's what I would tell you. Matter of fact, we're even keeping our ears. So this has been a life-changing, power building, hope building venture for us, because before this, we were sitting there. The thing that opened up our eyes to this, just to give everybody an idea, was that, we've been working all our lives. I'm in my mid-50s now, and I'm looking at our bank account because retirement's getting closer. And we were paying extra money to have an interest-bearing account in the bank. And despite that, we weren't even earning enough, and we had a good amount of money in there. We weren't even earning enough in interest to pay the fees. So it's going backwards. It's like, what's the point of this? Why do we have our money in there? And so we had been following Robert Kiyosaki. We always thought rich dad, poor dad. We always believed in his philosophies. And he was always stressing buy gold and silver. And we didn't know anything about it. And so we contacted a friend who knew something about it. And he did a 3-way call to a local dealer. And because we weren't going to go in there without any knowledge. We had no idea what we were doing. And so he talked with them and basically set it up and said, okay, go on in. But I want you to think about this, everybody. How many people are out there in that same boat as us? And we like to consider ourselves like we know what we're doing in life, but we had no idea where to go, or if we were going to go in there, what to get, or whether we're getting a good deal, or if it's real, because there's a lot of stuff going on out there. And so our message is not to go out there and get people who have your trusted person that you're buying from, your trusted dealer. You're not trying to take you away from that. And our company will tell you, if you find gold and silver at a better price and you trust the source, keywords, then get it. This is a way to complement what we're doing. And 6 months after we bought that on our own, we got introduced to this membership. We started off blindly, but it was, you don't need to have a lot of knowledge, because that's where we got the knowledge, was through this membership. And we started going through it, and it was empowering. Matter of fact, the very first person that we introduced as a business, I called up just to ask him if I had made a good choice in getting this membership. And he looked at it. He had questions. I connected them with a support team, and he said, I'm in. And he knew gold and silver. And so at that point, it's like, wow, we have something special here. And we went out and started sharing it with people, and came across incredible leaders like Tony and Laura, who then came across, Kid and Sarah and so many other great leaders out there, that this message is getting out there. But right now we're so untapped. The market is so wide open. There's so many more people that we can bless. And so we're in an excellent position right now to be able to empower people around us. Just by going out word of mouth. If it's not something you're looking to do that, though, you can use these benefits just for your own personal usage. And I'll tell you what, I guarantee you're going to get the full bang for your buck if you use these benefits. And so that's a little bit about our story, and a little bit about what led us here. We've now saved more in the past couple of years we've ever saved in our lives. We've got that both in bullion and in collectibles. And this has been a game changer for us. Oh, you're muted, Sarah.
Sorry about that. Thanks so much for sharing your story, and thanks for the love for Canada. I know that we need it. We're feeling it, so we appreciate it. Want to proceed next? Did we want to do a quick presentation? Do we want to start taking questions now or later? What's best?
No, I think it'd be best if we share with everybody what it is we're doing and then how this works. And I encourage people, write down your questions. We're going to be having one of our co-founders, who is so knowledgeable and is so open and transparent. He's going to hop on here too, and I'm sure he'll be happy to take some questions as well. But we're being as open as we can here. But let us show you what this is, what the value is of this membership that we have, why we're spreading the word on it, and how you can benefit as well. So we'll do that right now. Let me share it with you real quick. Okay, first thing I want to show you is this is the site that you will get as a member. I'm not going to stay on this page. I'm going to go to the presentation site, but everyone's going to have access to a website such as this. So this right here is outstanding because you got some great graphics with it. It tells the story of what's going on with the dollar, how the dollar has been dropping over time. And there's so much more in here. So you're going to have access to this full site, and there's a lot of benefits that you get within the site. Let me stop sharing. I'll go to the presentation, the PowerPoint. And so I'll show you exactly how this works. All right. And we'll go to the very top. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is, everybody can see this, okay, I'm assuming? All right. So let me go through this disclaimer, everybody. And this is very important because the company is extremely clean. They're doing everything with compliance with the regulatory agencies because they are building something long-term. I know sometimes people hear the terms network marketing companies, and a lot of them are a dime a dozen. They come and go. This company's been around for 7 years. They are 100% compliant. They have one of the best legal entities that they are working with regarding keeping themselves in compliance. So they're building something for the long haul. Just to give everybody an idea, here's a disclaimer. I encourage people to scan that code on the bottom, and you can see our income disclaimer. We are not giving you tax advice, we're not giving you financial advice. Can't tell you what precious metals are going to do in the future as compared to the past. I encourage everybody, read this notice, take a picture, scan that code, whatever you like to do, but we want to keep it in compliance. Okay. And I can read it if you want. I'll just read the top part. Information provided by 7K are available on 7K's websites for marketing and informational purposes only. 7K and 7K Associates are not investment advisors and do not offer investment, tax, or legal advice. Buying, owning, and selling precious metals and numismatic coins carries risk and has legal and tax implications. The price and future value of precious metals and collectibles are based on many factors and are subject to market, economic, and political conditions. Past performance is no guarantee of future value. Consult your own legal, tax, and financial advisors before purchasing precious metals or becoming a 7K associate. So now we're clean on that. Down below that is an income disclaimer, which is an actual huge selling point because people are actually winning here. Average people who've never done this industry before are winning, and that is nice. And I'm just going to tell you from my perspective, everybody, I don't know why they don't have that disclaimer on our paper money, because our paper money has more risk, in my personal opinion. It's not backed by anything. So let me just share this with everyone. Think about this question. I don't need to spend a lot of time here. Every one of us are spending more, working harder to make the same money to just barely get by. I know in the States, 35% of people right now can't even afford the basic living expenses, food, shelter, that sort of thing. And so these are the numbers back in 2017. You had almost half the people in this country couldn't afford a $400 emergency expense, like a blown tire or something like that. If it came up, they have to borrow the money. And the reason why the dollar has been dropping and why it's been affecting all of our currencies around the globe, everyone, is this. In 1913, when the Federal Reserve was created, dollar was worth $1 in purchasing power. It had a lot of purchasing power at that time. Over time, what happened is you could see the dollar was losing its purchasing power. In 1944, right after World War II, they decided to make the US dollar the world's reserve currency, meaning all of our currencies, Canada, everywhere, over in the UK, they're all going to be based around the dollar. Now, what happened was that, and they did that because they didn't want to send gold back and forth. It was too expensive to ship. So they sent the dollars. They were simpler. But what's happened was that all these other countries wanted their gold because they saw us spending money and, getting into war. So they wanted their gold. So in 1971, that's when Richard Nixon took us off the gold standard, meaning that the dollar and all currencies around the world now were not backed by anything of any value. They weren't backed by gold to give them value or to really kind of limit spending. And what that done is it's decreased the value in the spending of our dollar, everybody. That's why we're seeing inflation. In 2013, it went down to as far as a nickel. Now, fiat currencies, just to give everybody a real quick lesson on this, and we've got an excellent 1.5 minute video that we can play, but I'm just going to give you a synopsis on this. Fiat currencies are paper money that is backed only by what the government says it's worth and what the faith in that money or that paper money is. These are examples of fiat currencies in the past: Germany, Argentina, Zimbabwe, most recently Venezuela and Sri Lanka even. And what you see is that the paper money really becomes so devalued that it's worthless, and people are using it for play money and things like that. And it eventually goes to zero. Now, what we're doing in the US is we're following the same exact blueprint, and they're doing this in Canada. They're doing this in all these countries. Spending is out of control, and they're printing money like it's never been printed before. In the past 2 years, 80% of our country's entire money supply in its history were printed in the past 2 years. It's mind-blowing, and it's not backed by anything. So they are intentionally, my opinion, based on a lot of information that's out there, they're taking us to a digital currency system. Digital currency system is going to be something where they try and drive us into a central banking system, and there's a lot of control that they can implement on people, as some of you obviously understand in Canada. What they can do is they can control your money. Now, how can we go out and protect it? And the secret is really sound money. It's gold and silver. It's what all the countries, all the banks are buying, and every country right now is valuing. You can take this anywhere around the world, and it's looked at as something of value. Now, you've got a lot of people that had twisted mindsets and not looking at gold and silver as money in the past. And the bottom line is we've got a friend of ours who's a member here who escaped from Lebanon as a child because her father had 2 bags of gold that allowed them to be able to escape. And so the thing is, gold and silver, third quarter of last year, central banks bought 400 tons of gold, 399 to be exact. So they're out there buying it, but they're not telling us to get it. Now, why is silver and gold so strong? Now, you're always hearing it's not a great investment. It is a manipulated metal. Again, I'm telling you a lot of this as my opinion, based again on a lot of studies that people have done. in the fact that the prices are being held down. And if you take a look, though, at what the purchasing power has been able to do over time, in 1965, if you had 2,500 ounces of silver or 2,500 paper dollars, either one would be getting you the equivalent of a brand new Ford Mustang. Now, if you fast forward to 2020 and you walked into a dealership with 2,500 ounces of silver, that's worth about $67,000 today. That's 2 Ford Mustangs. Whereas if you walked in with $2,500 in paper money, you're not even getting the down payment on one. And so take another look at this. This blows my mind. In 2001, if we had 626 ounces of gold, we could have bought a brand new home, or it was the equivalent of $169,000. Now, it doesn't say the exact amount on this slide, but I've seen it on an upcoming slide. In 2021, that 626 ounces of gold was worth $1.22 million. That's 3 homes worth more than $1 million combined. Imagine if we'd been taking our money and putting it into gold and silver all these years. And we're not even talking a long time. We're talking 20 years here. And so we'd all be in a much better position, a much different position. We wouldn't be reliant in a system based upon debt. But here are the questions people have. They're like, well, where do I get it? Who do I trust? What do I buy? Do I buy Eagles? Do I buy bars? And you're always getting mixed advice. And you're hearing there are scammers out there. There are companies selling inventory they don't have. I just got an article yesterday someone sent to me about a gentleman who has literally gone out and collected over from 200 people, basically been selling silver he doesn't have access to. He doesn't even have access to it because he's so far down on the tier system, but he's pre-sold it. And he basically, you got to watch out for that sort of thing. And so taking into account who we are, we're 7K. You've got a wide, diverse group of people here. You know, there's no divisiveness that you see here. They're not dividing us among race and all this other stuff. We're one big family. You're looking at people who want to keep their sovereignty. They want to keep their independence. They want to protect everything that they've worked their entire lives for. That's what you've got here. And you've got an incredible ownership group that is very, very trustworthy. So what they did was they built us a membership model. Here are the 4 gentlemen who created this. You're going to hear from Josh Anderson here in just a little bit. And you got Josh and Roger and Richard and Zach. And, you know, the key is that they were all successful, very successful, even before they got involved in this company. They didn't need this company. They wanted to go out there and put together something that would improve the lives of people around the world. They recognize some of the same things that we see, that you see. And they actually experienced it. Roger was in a country, he was over in the Soviet Union before it fell apart. And he actually lived with people in Ukraine and in Russia. And he got a chance to see their lives and experience what they went through when the money system fell apart. So he experienced it. And when he had that, I have to tell you, I mean, it hit him emotionally. We've got videos of him talking about it. They want to go in and help people. I mean, it's a true, genuine heart that they have. And that's rare, but it's powerful. So we're open currently in 8 different countries in the US, UK, Singapore, Ireland, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand, and last but not least, Canada. And so the market is wide open. It's untapped. People need what we have. A little bit more about this is what you're getting within the membership. Here's some of the value that you're getting. First off is education. You're going to get 2 education platforms in there, one called Buyer Certification Training, one called Collector Certification Training. Josh does the buyer certification training. This is an outstanding training because it'll teach you the 5 reasons why to buy gold and silver, and it will break it down into different categories so you know specifically what you want to get, depending upon what your goals are. This is not giving you any guesswork. It's actually telling you what you want to get. Some great advice in there. Next is collector certification training. This will teach you what to look for in collectibles so you can find the collectible that has the most potential for increase in value in the future. And personally speaking, I'll tell you that we didn't have any desire to get collectibles. That was not something that was at the top of our list. We wanted more ounces. But the thing we didn't understand were the value that collectibles could provide. And I'll just give you some real quick examples here in just a little bit when I come to that. But I want to talk first off about the Sound Money wallet and the digital wallet that we have. Bullion, everybody, is a non-collectible gold and silver. These would be such things as, and I'll hold this up for everybody to see. It'd be like this right here. This is silver bullion. Okay. So these are coins. Here is a bar. This is bullion. So this right here is not looked at for the rarity. It's not looked at for anything other than really the price per ounce of what that particular thing is. Now, and I'm going to demonstrate for you the wallet. I'm actually going to stop share for a sec and come back to this because I want you to see how the wallet actually works. I think this is strong. So Let me share this with you first. So here is your site. The digital wallet, and I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. There's a couple of different ways that you can access it. One of the easiest ways, you can log into your site, but I'm just going to go to the bottom and scroll in and log in this way. Click on Sound Money. We're going to log in. And then we're going to get our code, which is attached to an authenticator, which is on our phone. And
406, 407.
so this is inside one of the kids' wallets. And so I'll give you an idea about how we do this. Inside here, you're going to see there's 4 different types of gold and silver bullion. There's eagles, and then there's also silver bars and gold bars. Now, you can see there's different pricing on each. You're going to learn about in the buyer certification training why that is and which one's the best based on your goals again. But I'm going to show you the simplicity behind buying it. I can go in and I click on buy, sell. Let's say I'm looking at eagles. This is the current price. Here's the sell back price, which is one of the highest on the market. But if I want to buy, I simply click on buy, and I can buy with as little as $1. So we're opening this up to everybody out there, not just the people who've got $10,000 to put down, but people who can come in and buy gold and silver for as little as $1. It can go up to $1 million or more. There's no minimums or maximums. And you can buy it in one of several different ways. Buying power is from metals that we liquidated earlier. Credit card, ACH bank account, which is coming soon to Canada, but not quite there yet, where you can link your bank account, go in and buy instantly from your bank account. You can do a check or cashier's check, or you can do a bank wire, and you can go in and buy whatever it is that you want. Once you're in and you buy that metal, you're going to see it appear in here. You'll buy a fraction of an ounce. Here's a big thing. You're getting storage in a private vault, which has tremendous advantages, and you can even ask Josh about this, over keeping money in a bank. You're getting metals in there. You're getting metals that are being stored in a private vault that is audited, fully insured, and also protected under 9 levels of military style security. If I want to liquidate metals normally, I've got to take this, I got to go down to my dealer and I got to have them test it, sometimes even send it away and then get whatever price it comes in at the time that they complete that. Whereas here, if it's in the vault, I can just simply click sell, and I can put in however much money that I want to sell and instantly liquidate back to cash if I wanted to do that. If I wanted to have the metal sent to me, I can click ship. So if you want to have the metal sent, we encourage that. Get them if you like. There might be a VAT tax sending it across the border. That's another reason why keeping in the vault's a good place, but you can absolutely have it shipped to you at no problem. So people want to have their metals in their hands, you can absolutely do that. So that's how the Sound Money wallet works. There's a lot of advantages there and a lot of perks to that, but I wanted people to really get a grasp of that because that's one of the biggest advantages you have. And as Josh comes on, he'll stress to you the advantages of a private vault and the protections that that provides. So let me come back to where we were in the presentation. And I'm going to convert over now in this presentation to the collectibles. I didn't understand that. But then I started realizing, and, you know, I go up to visit my parents a lot who are elderly and they watch the show Pawn Stars. And I'm watching it. Everything that comes in there is a collectible. And that's what's giving it value, the rarity, the design, the story. It's going to be different for everybody. Some people are going to love certain ones. Some people are going to love others. But we didn't understand the value of them. This comic book was 12 cents when it first came out. And now its value is going for over 3.6 million. That's what it traded for. There was just something in the news last week about a Superman comic. This Mickey Mantle card at the time of this printing of this slide had sold for 5.2 million. It most recently sold for 12.6 million. That's a baseball card. And think about this. It's cardboard and ink. There's nothing there of tangible value. It's just really the rarity of that card. Now imagine what we've got, everybody. Our collectibles have value from the collectible value. What happens if the price of silver and gold goes up? What's going to happen to that? That's pretty powerful and that's pretty strong. So the reason why I'm stressing that, everybody, is for you to really understand the power of collectibles and what that can do. Here's some good examples. See this coin right here? That's the very first one that we got as 7K members. It was an autosaver. It was an automatic collectible sent to us. We didn't know what we were going to get. And when we had to be convinced to get it, when we got it, we paid $139 for it. About a month ago, we sold one for $1,300, this same exact coin. So it appreciated quite a bit. We didn't understand the value originally. Looking back in retrospect, we would have gotten a lot more of that coin had we known, but we didn't know. This coin here, beautiful Julius Caesar, we paid $349 for that. That's now close to $1,000. So collectibles can have value. And one of the ways that we allow you to be able to go out and have just this disciplined savings for yourself is we have an autosaver. You pick an auto collectible that will be sent to you each month. You can change them whenever you want and just have that disciplined saving sent to you. It's a mentality of pay yourself first. Rather than having all the money go out to the bill collectors first, start giving yourself something for your future first, something for your legacy. Now, this State Animal Series in silver, this is a beautiful coin. That's 139. That's the one you just heard about us being able to trade one of those for a high value. We can't predict what coins are going to do, but this is in the process of phasing out. And what they're bringing in is a new set called Beauty of the World, which are incredibly beautiful coins that have these unbelievable spots from all over the world on the coin. And those are coming out. And so they're going to be an auto saver. We can't wait for that. We actually get excited about this. We have a collectible showing up today, and I'm keeping my ear open for the doorbell to ring because I can't wait to get it. That's how excited we get about these things. Pretty amazing. And so stack and sell. This is another big benefit that we have as a member. And I'm just showing you the benefits in this, everybody. You don't have to take this all in yet. I just want you to see what you're getting for value here. Because when we saw the collectibles, we're like, wow, that's pretty awesome. And I'm going to show you a couple of these here in a second. But how do we know what the value is? How do we sell them? I'm not on eBay, so I don't know how to go about doing that. And so the company partnered with this company in conjunction with us called Stack and Sell. This allows us to scan in these collectibles and be able to actually track their value within the membership. And so I want you to just watch this 1-minute video that Danielle did, but it'll explain what Stack and Sell is. Then I'll show you a couple of these collectibles here.
When we first got our membership with 7K, we had to be convinced to take part in the monthly auto saver, the disciplined auto savings. We're so happy that we did because I'm going to show you. Initially, we didn't know what we were going to do with these collectible coins. We're like, how do we sell them if we want to sell them? Well, 7K ended up launching this amazing platform called Stack and Sell, where we can go in and we can actually scan our coins. They all have a barcode, and it acts as your inventory so you can keep track of your coins. It's an appraisal, so it tells you what the current market value is. And it's also a marketplace where we can buy and sell the coins. Now, I'm going to show you what happened with that first coin that we had to be convinced to get. We got it in December of 2020. We paid $139 for the Montana Butterfly. Already today, the market value is up to $1,054. Now, I can't guarantee what any coin is going to do, but I can tell you from our experience, diversifying in the collectibles has really made a huge impact in our offensive approach with gold and silver.
Awesome. And so I want to show you this real quickly and stop our share because I brought out a few collectibles here. All right. Now, some of these might have some US connotations, but they're just the top ones I grabbed. Okay, so this one here, this is a beautiful one. This is a Black Panther. This is a 5-ounce Black Panther coin with black obsidian baked onto the coin. There's only 888 of these in existence. This coin is stunning, and it looks good here, but it really doesn't do it justice than if you're looking at it up close. Here's another one. Couple of 9/11 ones. They just happen to be the top ones I grabbed. This is a Miss Liberty 9/11. This is the Statue of Liberty coin. So there's only 911 of these. They always have a number that's attached. Now, if I turn it to the side, you can see that it actually comes off the coin. So that's what they call, what do they call that?
High
I keep thinking high voltage, but it's not.
resolution? No, high
relief.
High relief. Thank you.
Thank you,
Jeez.
Tiffany.
All right. And here you can even see they got the back of the coin. So if you're coming in from the back, and that's the old New York. So it's super cool. Here's one that was actually co-designed by one of the first responders on 9/11. And this is a beautiful coin. There's actually a visor over that firefighter on the coin. And then
There's 343 in honor of the 343 firefighters that lost their lives on that day.
yeah, that's on his helmet. There's a 911 of those total. And then this one here, this is beautiful. This is a Pearl Harbor one. This is 5-ounce. That actually right there is a piece of the deck of the USS Arizona. There's only 1,177 of these in existence. And 1,177 is the number of men that went down on the Arizona, and they're still entombed within the ship. And so each one of these has like an emotional value, but it just gives you an idea about the collectibles and how much fun they can be. And so I'm going to zip through the rest of the member benefits, and then we'll be bringing on Josh. So I just wanted you to really grasp the fun. They put 5. Okay. And I want everybody to really grasp, actually, because we want to show the comp plan too. We'll show that too. I want everybody to really grasp that this is fun. Look at the collectibles that these folks have accumulated. You got Eddie Spears. I mean, this stuff is for his family. This is only a fraction of Chris Lattin's apparently. So he's got a lot more than this, but I mean, this is what he's building for his family. Other benefits that we have, everybody, those are the two I've talked to you about. I've talked about the wallet, the stack and sell. 7K Advantage. I have to tell you, everybody, this is a discount buying program. You got to use this. This will save you on, if you're doing any traveling at all. We just went to Las Vegas. We got a room that was normally $240 a night. One of the nights we got it for $48. And so that paid for one of our standard membership just by itself. And then there's other different deals. We go on trips together. We're all going on a cruise in January. You'd all be invited along too if you wanted to come. It's going to be a great time. And also, this is another benefit. We have Sean and Ty, who are an excellent couple. This product line, which I know there's a lot of people into supplements, this is an all natural, clean, plant-based product line that other companies have built their entire company around. I mean, this has been what companies have built themselves around. You get this as a 7K Advantage member as a 40% discount on any product that they have. That's better than anywhere else. And their main reason is they want to get these products in the hands of people to be able to help benefit them. It's just another advantage that you're getting within the membership. You're also getting, in the US, they have a healthcare program. They also have access to where you can shop. I showed you the website before. You can shop through bullion on there, buy different rare coins. Like, look at some of these. You'd have first access to these collectibles if you were to go out and get started. These are all coins that came up as a coin drop. In addition, if you do want to share this with others, how this company spreads is by word of mouth. And average people are winning here. And it can create for you some great tax advantages that go along with a home business. We have e-commerce sales. In the US, they have a gold-backed IRA program. The intangible benefit that really comes with this, everybody, is the community. I mean, look at the quality of people that you're surrounding yourself with, even here.
Kid, just so you know, that top left picture, that's where you'll be in a couple of weeks. That's the Salmon River Lodge.
Yeah, there you go. You're going to have a blast. Oh, I
Nice.
wish I was going to be there. Practice up your cornhole. That's my best advice.
Okay.
They have tournaments there. But yeah, I'll tell you, it's so much fun. And the quality of people, again, that you get to go and spend your time around. I mean, that's what we really want even more than anything else, is the community that we used to have. And you can have it here. You can have it on a daily basis. And so why do we need to be around all that negativity and all that tyrannical just sort of mindset? Let's go out and find something here where we can make a big difference. So there's two different memberships we have, everybody. We have a standard membership. We have a premium membership. Here's the way I'll tell you. You get all the benefits with both memberships. However, if you're looking to share this with others, I'll tell you first and foremost, if it's in the budget and you're looking to share this with others, or if you want to go out and stack and collect a lot of collectibles, go with the premium. You can still share with both, but in the premium, you're going to get more tools, more reports, more access to the app that will help you, and a lot of other perks that come along with it too. And it contains all the bells and whistles in the premium. If money is an issue, go with the standard. Go with whatever you can do. That's the most important thing. Just get yourself a membership and get started. It's going to give you access to everything I've already shared with you and more. In addition, pick an autosaver. And this can be any one. You can change these whenever you want. The ones I personally suggest are these here, the State Animal Series in silver, or the Roots of Humanity gold notes. We get all four. This is actually 115 on the bottom. That's a mistake on the Silver Eagle, just so everybody knows. But I would tell you that if you get a chance, these personally, we've seen the highest appreciation in the shortest amount of time. And that's what our membership basically does. This has been our growth, everybody. We've been growing in size every year, 100% organically, without any advertising, all by word of mouth, all by just going out there and spreading the word friend to friend. And I think everybody would agree, if it doesn't work, negative word of mouth goes a lot faster than positive. These numbers would be going in the opposite direction. It would not be doubling in size every year. Our company's growing, and now we're going to be growing even more rapidly because Canada is just getting started. And so many of you are up there in that area, and that's where we sit. And I do want to mention, and I can go right into it, Sarah, if you like, before we bring on Josh and talk about the sharing aspect and how we get paid. So let's show you that real quickly, everybody. We've just shown you what the membership is. And I will tell you, as long as you're using the membership benefits, I have no doubt that it will pay for itself. Use the benefits, use the value, get the value out of this. But if you want to go out there and spread the word, there's a lot of people that we can save. And I'll tell you what, we can actually help an average person out there who's never done this industry before to be able to go out there and be able to earn literally up to $500 every single week by doing what is just considered average activity. And so it's a point system. How it works is it's a simple point system. You earn points. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play for you a video instead of myself describing it. It will do a better job of giving you just a real quick overview about how it works. And then what we'll do is we'll come back on and we'll wrap everything up. So give me 1 sec while I share this. Now, this is only a 3-minute video, but just check this out, and then we'll come back on and we'll bring on our co-founder.
So you want to learn more about how you get paid from sharing? Smart. There's nothing worse than the emotional pressure of not having enough money to pay the bills or be able to live the life of contribution. So right now, I'm going to show you how your life is about to change financially forever. It's super simple, and it goes like this. Our standard annual membership is $199, and our premium annual membership is $499. You can't go wrong with either of them, and they both put silver in your hands immediately. When you refer your first 2 memberships, you'll immediately have 2 teams and will now be qualified to earn commissions. So for simplicity, let's call them the right team and the left team. Every time a standard membership is purchased in your organization, you earn 50 rewards points, and a premium membership earns you 150 rewards points. In order to get paid, you'll need to accumulate 500 rewards points on your right team and 500 rewards points on your left team to earn a $500 commission check. For those who really want to make an impact and some serious income, we have different levels of achievement, and the higher your level of achievement, the higher your check. When you achieve the rank of associate, like I said earlier, you can earn up to $500 per week. As a copper, you can earn up to $1,000 per week. As a bronze, $2,000 per week. And as a silver, $3,500 per week. Now our golds are eligible to earn up to $7,000 per week. Our executive golds, $10,000 per week. And our presidential golds can earn all the way up to $12,500 per week. Share, earn points, and get paid. It's as simple as that. Now, let me ask you something. How much different would your life be if you had an extra $500 to $12,500 per week? What would you do? Would the financial pressure be gone? How big of an impact could you really make? You could almost feel the weight lift, can't you? Now, remember you earn 50 or 150 rewards points for each membership in your organization. But you don't just earn points on the memberships. For each autosaver anyone in your organization purchases, you earn an additional point value starting at 15 points, depending on what option you choose. So whether it's a membership sold or a coin sold, you earn points. Oh, and I forgot to mention, if for any reason you want to sell your gold and silver bullion, we offer the highest buyback price. And with the new Sound Money wallet, we made things even easier with an instant purchase, instant buyback, member-to-member transfer, and a live dashboard showing you what assets you have available to you. And since each purchase of gold or silver eagles in Sound Money wallet are backed by physical gold and silver, we'll even send you your medal if you decide you need it. That's all there is to it. So here's what I want you to do now. If you like our story, become a member, share it, and get paid. If you like the idea of buying gold and silver, and you want to get it at dealer direct prices, become a member and then start creating your legacy by joining the Autosaver program. Either way, you win. So click the button below now and take the next step to changing your financial future forever. Welcome to 7K Metals, where we believe in you.
Awesome. Well, I wanted to let everybody see that because that's how you can actually get paid for sharing. This has been game changing for us. And this is now all we do. This is our primary focus because we really feel, and when we get up in the morning, it's not thinking of what's going to benefit us. It's how many people can we go out and empower today? How many people can we bless with this information today? And I have to tell you, one of the best things that I love about this company, because I've been in the industry for a long time, has been the transparency and the honesty and the ethics and the integrity of the founders and our CEO. And I've never been in a company where they've been as honest and as open as they have been. And I'll tell you, it's so refreshing because that's what I think what we all want And we're so very, very fortunate to have Mr. Josh Anderson on here, our co-founder. And I have to tell you, we're so honored to have you on here, Josh. You've got Sarah and Carla and Kid and so many other leaders on here. And, I just wanted to, I'll hand it over to you.
Well, that's awesome. I appreciate the opportunity to be here, Mark. And thanks, Sarah, for putting this together. And Kid and Carl, you guys are awesome. I just want to take a second and share with all of you who are taking a look at us for the first time, checking us out here at 7K Metals. Just love for you to understand that almost now 7 years ago, almost in September, we just felt like the industry of gold and silver was a quagmire. It was a mess. There were so many companies out there taking advantage of people that we said, there's got to be a better, more simple way for the common people, us of the world, to be able to get through and wade through the mud and the muck and actually buy precious metals at the very best prices and have the very best buyback and simplify the process. And boy, what an awesome journey we've been on. And so somebody felt that you needed to hear about it and you needed to take a look at it. And what an awesome opportunity to be able to maybe get your hands on gold and silver for the first time. Maybe to get your hands on collectible coins for the first time, or maybe you're a seasoned veteran and you know all about it. And you'll check us out and you go, wow, how is this company taking over the space of gold and silver, whether it's bullion or whether it's collectible coins? We are literally taking over the space in all areas because of an army of awesome people out there like Mark and Danielle, who are presenting today, who feel that every single household across this wonderful world should have gold and silver. They should take a little bit more control of their finances and not have all their trust in the fiat systems of the world, but be able to take a little bit of control of it. And so we hope you find some value with us. I hope you find something here that can help you and your family and your friends and your neighbors to succeed. And so I do this, Mark, this is a unique opportunity. I have a few minutes today. I would field any questions that you would like to ask, or that Sarah or Kid or Carla would, or any of the people. I'm an open book, right? So if you want to ask some questions for a few minutes about what we do and why we exist or any of those things, open book. I'd gladly take some time and answer them today for you.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, and I'll hand it over to you, Sarah. This is a huge Canadian group, Josh.
Oh.
And Laura and Tony went out there and put them together. They met with Kid, then they brought it over to Sarah and Carla, and it's taken off from there. So large Canadian group, but I'll hand it over to you, Sarah.
Thanks so much. And thanks, Mark and Danielle, for that presentation. And Josh, thank you so much for your time. We don't take it lightly that you're here answering some questions for us. We really appreciate it. My team has been sending me questions that are populating in the chat. So if you have put some questions in the chat, we are recording them and we'll try and get through as many of them as we can. Question coming in, why would people get a membership when they can just go buy gold and silver for free?
Oh, that is a great question, Sarah, that deserves an answer, right? So in the world today, there are endless places to go buy gold and silver. I can tell you in the United States right now, they say it is the second or third annual most fraudulent business in America. More fraud is perpetrated on the internet around gold and silver and the sale of gold and silver than almost every other industry, meaning people are buying it. And what they find is when they get the gold and silver and they assay the gold and silver, it's not real. It's been modified. There's more Chinese fake silver eagles being sold in the market today than any other product in the gold and silver space. And so what's really important is, yeah, you can go buy anywhere. You can go buy. But if you're not a really sophisticated buyer and you don't have a $50,000 assay machine at your home, you might get taken advantage of. And what I can promise is that here at 7K Metals, we're a trusted source, right? What we do is we are the fastest growing purchaser of silver in the world. Because of that, we buy directly from the mints of the world. The metal comes to us. We assay and verify each piece and then send it to our members. So one of the reasons why you buy a membership is so that you can have the comfort of knowing what you're buying is real. Second, more important than that, in this world, it doesn't matter what price you pay for something. Like a lot of people like to think this idea that I got to get a good deal, right? I got to buy really cheap. I'm here to tell you what really matters in the world is what you can sell something for. When a person needs to liquidate something, what can I sell it for? One of the major reasons we exist at 7K Metals, and along with that membership comes a Sound Money membership, is the ability to liquidate metal, gold and silver, at the highest buyback price in the world. That's the most important, because you have to be able to know what you're getting into, what it's costing you to buy. But more importantly, you have to know, if I liquidate, what do I get for it? And we're the only company in the world that publishes that in real time and offers it a click of a button. So it's the value of the membership comes in ease, trust, and then liquidity on the backside, things that are the most important in the space of gold and silver. Likewise, the membership, one of the things that I love the most about that question is we produce the most amazing, top-notch collectible coins on earth today. And the only people who can purchase those coins are our members. So if you have a 7K membership, you're eligible to go through our coin drop system or autosaver program and purchase those coins. We don't sell them anywhere else in the world. So for example, I wasn't on earlier, so I'm not exactly sure what examples may have already been shared. But for example, people who got some of our autosavers in the past are, I think in the strategy, you might have seen a Monarch butterfly from Montana. So people bought that for $139 because they had a membership with us and they were on autosaver and they got it in the mail. Just didn't have to think about it. They didn't have to think, what coin should I buy or shouldn't I buy? That coin now sells for $1,000 or $1,100 every day. And anyone who wants to sell one could put it up for $1,000 on our sister company, Stack and Sell, and it will sell in minutes, right? Well, we take all the guesswork out. So the reason why you have a membership is to buy at a trusted source. You can have liquidity, and that you can have exclusive offers that the industry does not have. We are the largest producer of collectible coins on earth with the highest values. We've been doing that now for 4 years that way, and they're only exclusive to our members. So those are some of the reasons why you would get a membership to be able to participate with us versus just going down and buying gold and silver. But if you want to do that, that's totally cool. We're not the only horse in the race. You can go buy anywhere you want in the world. And I would say this, even if you don't buy a membership from us, buy gold and silver. Please just secure your own future a little. There you go. Long answer for your short question.
Oh, that was great. Thanks so much. And I think the next question that I'll bump to that kind of ties into this is, they say, I buy at a brick and mortar currency exchange. How likely is it that gold and silver may be fraudulent?
Yeah. So I'm telling you that the world is full of fraudsters these days. Okay. I personally won't buy any gold and silver unless it comes with a mint seal band from one of the 7 biggest mints in the world. Personally, I won't, because there's so much fraud in the space today. I've just seen it. We have it come to our warehouse every day and we assay it, and I'm blown away. And so I personally don't trust secondhand metal anymore from a brick and mortar store. That's me personally, but that's because I've now been every CEO of every mint on the major 7 mints has flown here to see me. I just am privy to inside information that I wouldn't trust much of it today. There's so much fraud in the space, and they perpetrate fraud every day. So you can trust your local distributor all you want. I don't personally do it. And 2 of my very best friends own what's called Ross's Coin and Gun. They actually now buy any new metal they buy through their 7K membership to sell to their members because of this problem they've had. They now have changed and got a different assay machine, because when they buy back in their store, they verify it, because it's been a rampant problem since since COVID. It became just an astronomical problem worldwide.
Probably an opportunity for fraudsters to take advantage of people like us that are looking for solutions like this. Did I understand you correctly when you said that that there are gold and silver dealers that are now sourcing their inventory through 7K? Did I understand that correctly?
Yeah, so we have maybe less than 40, but more than 30, in that 30 to 40 range, that source their metal through us. More importantly, we have a lot of dealers who have figured out that the most powerful thing in the market today is our sister company, Stack and Sell, for them. And they use Stack and Sell to liquidate collectible coins, to sell collectible coins that they buy back from the public. And they use it as a price guide. That website is the world's trusted leader right now in valuing collectible coins. You can scan any collectible coin in the world that's been graded by NGC or PCGS, right? And you can scan it into your Stack and Sell, and you can get an instant real-time value of what that coin's worth. And that value isn't manipulated, right? it's not like, let's say eBay, where you go, hey, this coin's selling on eBay for $300. Well, no, that's what it's listed for. That's what it's for sale for. They don't publish anywhere what their sales are, right? Stack and Sell is the only real-time marketplace that makes public all sales in the public marketplace, right? So it's not a manipulated market. So we have lots of dealers who use that product, that a Stack and Sell membership, in order to get real values on coins and to resell coins. So yeah.
Okay, great. A couple more questions that I think are very much up your alley. Where are the 7K metals coming from? And the second question is, does 7K report to the CRA? So that would be, I guess, the Canadian version of the IRS.
Yes. So two different questions there. So we source metal. We buy all of our raw metal through mines when it's raw. We buy raw metal through mines in the United States of America, Canada, Germany, Switzerland, is where we buy our raw metal. The reason we do that is those nations have really stringent mining regulation. We don't buy any metal out of the continent of Africa. We've made a decision there consciously to not participate in child labor. So we don't buy any metal out of the continent of Africa. If we buy recycled metal, so we buy, and you got to understand, we buy two or three train cars a month worth of silver, train cars in raw from mines. We buy recycled metal of an additional train car to a train car and a half of recycled metal a month. Like, you got to understand, we're doing things massive, okay? Like with all of our companies here that are wrapped up in your membership, massive stuff. So we source all the recycled metal, though it can come in from all over the European Union. We buy recycled metal, and from the North American continent. And so that's where the metal comes from. Your second question about reporting. So we do report income in all the appropriate. So if you're in the United States, the IRS, in Canada, to your regulation body, but we do it only on the income that you earn, commissions. We don't have to tell those government agencies, if you buy through Sound Money, in particular on bullion, we don't have to tell them what you buy, because we're a private company in the United States, and you store the metal in a private vault called VaultMax. Because that's held that way, there's no reporting requirements for us to tell the world what you own and what you have in bullion. Collectible coins, likewise, because they've been protected and graded, there's no company reporting requirements. Different nations have some unique self-use reporting, but you don't have it up there on collectible coins. So.
Okay. And do you have time for a couple more, Josh?
Yep. I got a couple more minutes. I'll gladly.
Okay.
More.
This is a good question. What are your thoughts on buying shares in Barrick Gold from the New York Stock Exchange versus from 7K?
Oh man, I could go longer. I can go short here. I will tell you, the most manipulated market in the world is the purchase and sell of paper gold and silver. Okay. So I highly discourage people, unless you're a trader and you're and that's what you do for a living. You're a day trader. That's what you do. It's your living. Okay. Go ahead and buy it if that's your living. If it ain't your living, do not play in the space. You will get burned. It's not real silver. For example, today we call that the COMEX. When you buy silver contracts, paper contracts. They're only required right now for every 1 ounce of silver. For every 100,000 ounces of silver, they're required to have 1 ounce in a vault. So think about that. For every 100,000 contracts, that's a contract, they have to have 1 ounce in physical. It's nothing, right? So nobody can actually call in the physical, right? It's just paper. It's the very thing that keeps and suppresses the market of silver. So like JP Morgan a few weeks ago got in some liquidity issues in the United States, and they dumped $500 million worth of paper silver in 1 second. That drove the price down by $2.15 the next second, because it looks like the whole world is selling silver when it's just paper. That's why the physical price of silver continues to climb when paper spot price drops. Why? Because the real world, all of you on here know better. You know that just to have a piece of paper that you can't call on the physical isn't real. You have to have it either in your possession or in a private vault where you can call on it in 1 second and have it shipped to you. That's the only time it's real, right? So unless you're a day trader and you're really good at your job, I would say do not buy like Barrett's silver bonds or ETFs or those things. Unless that's your profession, I say just don't do it. Now, what most of you are probably looking at doing is, you should have some gold and silver. So you should buy some. If you can't buy a lot, it's okay. We'll still Sound Money, you can buy $1. It doesn't matter. It's fractional. When you have enough that you want to have shipped to your house, you just click a button and the private vault Max ships it out to you. Or you all of a sudden need liquidity, you click another button and we ACH you to your bank account your money. So I would say own physical, right? The banks, the oil companies, the hedge funds, they buy paper all day for liquidity purposes, but it's paper, it's not real.
Thank you so much. That actually was a similar question to what I had when I was on a call with Mark and Danielle about a month ago, because the concern here with the fiat money system is that if all of a sudden all Canadians went and did a bank run and said, I want my cash now, we literally can't get our money out. There is more money on paper than there is money in physical presence. And so my concern that I had and that I wanted clarity on coming into 7K was around the vault. So for those people who choose to store their gold and silver in the 7K vault, what is the assurance that you can provide to members that if all of a sudden there was a run on the vault and everyone came to 7K and said, give me my gold and silver now, what is the assurance that you can provide that that gold and silver is actually there for people to withdraw?
I love this question. This question is the one that I love because it's how the original system was meant to be built, right? And it's the way that for 6,000 years, whenever things were done right with gold and silver, it's how it was. So we, at the Sound Money side of the company, that's where the vaulting is. That's where people purchase that. It's stored in a third-party vault for some very specific reasons called Vault Max. We always carry more than a 1-to-1 ratio, meaning for every physical ounce of silver or gold that is purchased and held in the vault, the company holds more than that in assets, meaning we don't go into the red. And it's third-party audited, the vault on a bi-monthly basis. It's also, more importantly, it's insured, and the insurance company runs their own audits of the metal, and it's fully insured, right? So heaven forbid there's a problem, a fire, and it burns and it changes its form. There's Tom Cruise and the Mission Impossible group decide they think they can get through all of our security and come on down with those little things from the ceiling. If all that happens, right, and they get through the lasers, it's insured for theft as well. And so, and we provide those things to people that have questions and do it. So it's fully insured and it's backed by more than 1-to-1 ratio, audited by a third party and the insurance company on a bi-monthly basis.
Thank you. And one more question I have for you, Josh. There's a really good one that came in asking if there is some sort of legacy program to pass the success on if they take part in the business, or is there a way for a 7K member to help their child start an account now? Do they have to be the age of 18 or older? How does that work?
Okay, those are really good questions. So first part of that question, the legacy program. So one of the cool things about your 7K membership and your commission account and all those things is you can will that to someone. You can transfer it to a family member. There's just a simple process you go through with our compliance department to do that, and it happens. On the Sound Money side, we have people that hold millions and millions of dollars in our vaults, right? And so same thing there. You can most people choose to, when they get a lot of silver and gold in there, to set up a trust and then designate a beneficiary of the trust so there's less tax implications. And then that can continue, or it can also, those assets can also be willed or transferred to family members or others. And we have a process there at Sound Money, a legal process they go through. They fill out the proper paperwork. Change of custodian happens at the vault, and it's done. Your other part of the question about having a younger person get started. So inside of, just to have a membership and be able to buy assets and do those things, anyone can do that, right? There is no age requirements on being a member and purchasing gold and silver and collectible coins and those things. There is an age requirement that's dictated about being 18 years of old in order to build a business and earn commissions. Of course, there's other ways that we do business. A business entity can own a position within 7K Metals and earn commissions. And so we do have people who are under the age of 18 who have an LLC or have a business entity with their parents or by themselves that makes it so that they can participate in the commission generating side if they so choose. But those are some of the things there that might help with that.
Thank you so much. I think the rest of the questions, if Mark and Danielle have a few minutes, will probably be great for you to answer. Josh, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you wanted to share?
Yeah, I just love to share with this group before I go that we really appreciate awesome leaders. One of the things that's amazing about what we do is when you get to team up with like-minded people around the world who are out to help other individuals. And we couldn't be more proud of this team. I've spent a lot of time with Mark and Danielle. You're in great hands with them. They have bragged to me extensively about Sarah. And so if they're bragging to me about you, I just know that you're in tremendous hands, everyone on this call today. And so I hope to get an opportunity to come up and meet most of you. If you're up in Canada, we're getting ready to do some big things up there. So anything we can help with, you just let us know. We appreciate you and have a great day. Okay.
Thank you so much, Josh. Appreciate your time.
Goodbye.
Thanks, Josh, for taking time out of your day. We really
Thank you,
appreciate
Josh.
it. All right.
Okay, Mark, Danielle, you got a few minutes just for some questions. I see Kid, Meigs, the Carla, everybody's answering a lot of these questions hot in real time in the chat, but we have some that have funneled up through me.
I just want to do a quick shout out again to Tony and Laura because they have done so much. And I wish that Josh had mentioned their names, but he didn't mention their names. They are
100%.
incredible.
And Kid too.
Yeah, and Kid as well. But I mean, I just
Shout out.
They just been busting it, and so want to give them a
Yes.
shout out.
If
I
it
mean,
wasn't for them, this wouldn't happen. So that's
And-
the power of word of mouth, by the way. Let me just say that.
Yeah, and special shout out to Tony from me too, because she's been answering a lot of questions for me over text. So thank you, Tony, for all of the help that you've given to me personally over the last few weeks. Question: what happens in year 2 or 3 when you change your mind and you don't want your membership anymore?
You simply you can pay a monthly fee to keep your wallet going, or you can just choose to have your metal sent back to you and then get the rest of the fractional amounts back in cash if you want. So there are options that you're going to have. You just wouldn't have access to the other benefits that come along with it if you're not getting a full membership. So they're not going to just take your metals or anything like that. You'll get your metals back or the equivalent cash value if you decide to pull it out.
Perfect. What is, I know you've answered this question before, Mark, what's the purchase price or percentage over spot pricing?
That's an excellent question. And Josh actually does an excellent job of answering that.
Should have asked him.
We should have. I got a video of him answering that. It's a 5-minute video. It might be worth playing because I think it's a much better way than I can do to describe it. It's up to
I
you.
think it would. I really like that video. So that might be a great idea.
And I will say, if you are going to share this membership, this question is going to come up time and time again. And just know that you'll have the opportunity to share the exact same video. That's what we do. When somebody asks this question, we share this video. So just showing you how.
Meigs, if you can hear me right now, do you want to pop in besttrainingtips.com/FAQ into the chat? Really, really amazing resources with video responses to frequently asked questions. So awesome site you guys have built.
Thank you. So here is Josh's answer. You can see his beard has not changed. So let's play this.
In your chat, you have a question. It says, is one able to buy gold at the spot price, or how much over spot price? Is one able to buy gold or silver bullion or just coins? This is an excellent question. Okay. One of the cool things about your membership is in your back office in the training library as well. You have a section called buyer certification. There, I take the opportunity to talk to you at great length about the bullion industry, how gold and silver bullion works, spot price, retail price, wholesale price. But I'll answer that question quickly, but you can get that information there, okay, as well. And by the way, if you notice what I just did, right, in our business, we should always point to a tool before we answer a question, just so everybody knows, right? We're doing our job as a company. We've already answered the question somewhere. So, but here's spot price. Can you buy at spot price? You know, you can't. I can't. Yeah. So we're now considered one of the largest resellers of collectible coins in the world. Top 3 in grading coins already in the world, and so that's a big deal. And on the bullion side, we're not as big on the bullion side, but we still are a major player. So spot price. Spot price is the price at which gold and silver is traded on paper. Okay. So banks and, stock traders, right? They trade paper gold and silver. It's called the COMEX, right? Well, that's the price at which it's the base price, which is traded. Now you can't even buy it on paper for spot price because you got to pay the premium. Premiums typically on the buy side on gold at $42 an ounce right now, silver on $9 an ounce, right? Sometimes that'll fluctuate down to $6 on silver. Sometimes it'll be as much as $15. It's a spread, right? That's where the broker makes their money. So if somebody tells you they can buy at spot price, it's just not true, right? I can't even buy from the mine at spot price. I got to pay spot plus refiner's fees. And so, all the coins that we produce, we team up with about 4 nations of the world, and we produce around 150,000 unique coins a year with those nations. And we buy all of that direct from the miners, and we can't buy it at spot from the mine. So, but to give you an idea of Silver Eagles, quick education. Federal law, 1986, Ronald Reagan passed the Gold and Silver Bullion Act. Probably one of the greatest days in American history, right? Up until that moment, there was quite a while there where the U.S. Mint couldn't produce gold and silver against the law, okay? So that's kind of crazy. But 1986 Gold and Silver Bullion Act, it states in there that the federal government must make at minimum $2 per ounce on silver and $40 per ounce on gold. Federal law, okay? So when the U.S. Mint produces a coin, you have spot price plus the $2 the mint's going to make no matter what. And then you have the premium. Now, premium is set by 11 authorized purchasers from the U.S. Mint, of which we are not, right? Like there's only 11 of these companies, and they're the authorized purchasers direct to the U.S. Mint. And they set as a conglomerate or a monopoly, however you want to look at it, or a cartel, maybe. That's how I think of them. They set a premium. That premium fluctuates. That's the price at which they'll sell us or the world a Silver Eagle above spot price plus $2 for the government. When demand is low, the premium comes down. So we've seen premiums in the last 4 years as low as $4. When demand's really high, like we saw in January of this year during the silver squeeze, or last year during the height of COVID in May, June, and July, we saw premiums as high as $14. And so that fluctuates every day based on supply and demand. And so those are some of those things. Now, buyback price goes along with that. It's similar. You'll notice that you want to buy Eagles. This is my own take. You want to buy Eagles. Why? Eagles have the highest premium. Yes, they cost you more when you buy them, but they always carry the highest buyback price as well. You usually get the premium back as well. So Eagles are unbelievable that way. Go watch the buyer certification. About an hour worth of training there that goes in deep detail on how that stuff works.
Thank you so much for playing that. I think that one was very well explained. Maybe just one or two more, and then we'll close out the call today. We do have a lot of resources that are available to all of you, and I'll also explain some instructions on how to proceed with next steps, should this be of interest to you, if you're aligned, if you are ready to join us. Where was it here? How many active members are with 7K today?
There's probably close to 200,000 members. But if I can be very candid with everybody, most people are getting the membership just to get the membership for the value. They're not sharing it. And it's the best kept secret out there. There's probably people sharing globally less than 5,000.
So from a business standpoint, there's a massive opportunity for
Beyond
market share
ridiculous,
there.
probably beyond ground floor. You're not even
Dream.
on the ground floor yet.
Dream come true.
Yeah, I
Dream
mean,
come true, especially for business builders, people seeking this opportunity who are here in Canada. The market is wide open, more or less. Question
you
about
have-
how, go
I
ahead.
just wanted to mention too quickly. I mean, you get people out there, you got a lot of people, a lot of our members, everybody who are sharing are moms and pops doing this on a part-time basis. They're not out there looking to, and that's why it'll grow, and it's growing great. But I mean, the potential for growth is ridiculous. And this right here is something every single one of you have the chance to get. This is 100 ounces. This is about 8 pounds, 8 pounds of silver. And you can get this by getting to the position of silver within your first 90 days. And I can tell you this, that I know that everybody on here, ranging from, Kid, Sarah, Carla, Tony, Laura, myself, we want you to get it if you want to get it, and we'll help you get it. We'll put together a plan and work with you to help you get it. It's nice. This is really super cool to hold.
That must be amazing to hold that in your hand.
It is. It is. It's pretty awesome. You'll all get a chance to experience that.
Absolutely. And last question I'll pitch to you, and then we'll share some resources and wrap up and talk about next steps. Question coming in about how you can tell if the seal from one of the 7 mints are real or fraudulent.
You know anything about that one?
I don't. I just know that 7K works directly with the mints. In fact, I'll just mention this. The mint in Liechtenstein, which is over in Germany, did an $18 million upgrade of their own money to be able to design the coins, the technology that's needed to design the amazing, beautiful coins that 7K is exclusively creating. They did that on their own. They're blown away by what we're doing. We are really disrupting the coin collecting space. We're creating a whole new generation of coin collectors. And I want you to think about that. That locks in legacy, because that's what the way you want to view the collection, the collectibles, is this is a legacy you can pass on for generations to come. If you look back historically, it's what's happened in the world. That is how wealthy families passed on their legacy, through collections. And here, our collectibles are in gold and silver. So it's just a total win-win. But
Thank
as
you.
far as the seal goes, you know what, we kind of let 7K take care of that. We actually only, as far as the collectibles go, buy through 7K, but I'm not sure about the
I know
seal.
they test everything that's sent into them to make sure it's real. And they've had people buy monster boxes at a great deal, and it turns out it was all lead painted silver. So that's why they test it and they make sure it's real, and why they're a reliable source.
Someone's trying to make a business, just doing it the wrong way.
Unbelievable. I think so.
Meigs, I see that Laura Riddock has her hand up. Are you able to bring Laura up on screen here? Just spotlight her. Thank you so much.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Perfect. There's just one question that keeps coming up, and the difference between a standard and a premium membership. If we could just speak those words, that would be awesome too. And the collectible coin that they're eligible for, because they're new members right now.
Oh yes, the solar system coin.
Yeah.
And the
My
egg is still up, because I brought somebody on today, and the Tom Holdman coin.
I got the egg. Now my husband's wishing he had waited so he could get the solar system. So
I know.
go
If
ahead.
you're not going to take advantage of it and you're going to sign up, make sure you let Sarah know, because she'll probably want that coin.
I'll buy it. Yeah.
Oh, it's an
I
unbelievable.
will too.
Yeah. So will Kid. And Laura.
So
You got buyers
Laura,
already.
all right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I'll tell you that the big difference, this is important, and I'm going to stress this to everybody. Both memberships, whether it's standard or premium, you have access to every benefit in there. Okay. So you're still going to be able to use everything in there. In order for you to be able to keep your points in place and to use the 7K Advantage discount program, you need to be active. That means you're getting an autosaver every 30 days, or you're introducing a new member every 30 days. I wouldn't be waiting on, I'm going to get a new member. I would just do the autosaver automatically. Keep yourself active. Your points accumulate. Use the 7K
Pay
Advantage
yourself first.
discount buying program. Use it for that. You get all of that with both memberships. If you're going to share, though, in the I tell everybody again, go according to your budget first and foremost. We don't want people tapping themselves out to go get started. But if you can do it, I definitely recommend the premium. The premium comes with all the bells and whistles. You're getting all the reports that will help you as you're building your business. You're getting all the tools that will help you, all the videos. So you'll be able to get access to all that to be able to share. You get a full year of the app. The app is where you can track your prospects. You can send out videos, see when they've watched it. So you're able to follow up in a timely manner. You get a full year of that. With the standard, you get 3 months, and then it's $20 a month after that. With the premium, you have unlimited number of coins that you can put in Stack and Sell. In the standard, you're limited to 100. And then after that, you have to pay a pretty significant fee if you want to put in more than that. So the big thing I would tell, and then inside the compensation plan, which is very difficult to explain with everybody on here being brand new, it's advantageous to do the premium. And that's why I don't want to get into more detail on that because I'll confuse the heck out of people. But I went with a premium, and I suggest that people are, especially if they're going to share a stack, go with it. You can still share with the standard. So if money is an issue again, you can still get in with the standard and share. But the big thing is the tools, the stuff that's available, the other things, in my opinion, it's absolutely well worth it. And as you get more into detail, you'll see where it's advantageous to introduce people to premiums as well.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks for popping in with that, Laura. That was a good question. So thank you. Okay. So I see the chat's moving real quick for me. So I've got Meeg sending me messages here and there, just kind of highlighting some things to pay attention to. First and foremost, I want to thank Mark and Danielle so much for all of the help, and you're just phenomenal presenters and make everything so easy to understand. So I appreciate your time. And Laura, thank you for reaching out to Kid Carson with this opportunity. This is the thing about network marketing where we're like, oh, should I bother someone with this or should I not? I don't want someone to think I'm a weird network marketer, that I'm hassling them. The fact that you had the courage to reach out to Kid and say, hey, I think you should pay attention to this is why all of this is happening right now. And the ripple effect is exponential because you had the courage to tap him on the shoulder. And so I want to commend you for that, because that's the exciting part of network marketing business, is when you can link arms with really incredible heart-led people that have, beautiful communities that are looking for solutions that the product for that company happens to align with. Magic happens and people start winning across the board, whether it's just simply they finally have a way to get the thing that they've been trying to figure out how to obtain, which is the product, or they have jumped in on the business model opportunity and have created a second form of residual income in their household, which I think we all need more of that based on what we have seen happen here in Canada. So big shout out to you, Laura.
And if I can just mention this, can I mention one thing real quickly, Sarah?
Of course,
And I hope I'm not speaking.
No, please.
But I want to speak for both, for Kid, for Sarah,
Carla, all the leaders
for
that are
Tony,
on
for
here.
Laura, anybody out there who has been introduced to this. Some people are asking, can you upgrade from standard to premium? Let me answer that super quick. You can. If you do upgrade, it'll be $3.99 for the upgrade. So technically it's $100 more that you're paying if you go the upgrade, and it will cover you for the balance of the time or the term of your original membership. So you can do that. Here's what I will personally tell you, knowing that what these folks are going to do, they're going to build this and they're going to share this and they're going to help a lot of people, and they're going to do it, candidly speaking, whether or not anybody on this particular Zoom says yes or not. And I know that that's a commitment that I know they have, and that's not putting anybody down or anything like that on here. I'm just letting you know that it's moved. The train is moving, whether or not any one of us decides that we're going to go along with the train. I would tell you this one thing that I learned a long time ago called first movers advantage. And that's those people who recognize it soon and take action, or you're going to be in a lot better. It's an advantageous place to be, because as they're just getting started, that's when I would be jumping at it, because when you have people that I know have that commitment and that drive that they're going to build it with without me, that's the train I want to latch onto. I'll learn the rest as I go, but all I know is I want my membership and I want to get myself in there, and I want to go out there and spread the word and take on this message too. We're looking for those people. I know they're looking for the people who are really wanting to share with others. They're looking for those who just want to get the membership, and they're looking for those in the middle. Just let them know where you stand. But I would encourage everybody, don't get into the mindset of, well, I got to figure out how much I've got to invest and I've got to figure out where I'm going to put it. You don't need to know all that stuff right now. The only thing you need to know is, do I want a membership? Yes or no? get one, you'll get the knowledge, you'll get the education through the membership. Then you're making the best educated decision for yourself with how much you're willing to invest, where you're going to put it, and things like that. You're doing it in an educated way by getting yourself a membership. So I encourage people, don't get bogged down with trying to figure out all the answers and trying to take everything in. If you like what you see, jump at it. You'll learn as you go. The support does not go anywhere. This is just the beginning. As soon as you say yes, that's when we really start working with you to help you maximize your use of the benefits. And secondly, if you want to share, help you to win there. So I wanted to just.
I love that you brought this up, Mark, because that was my strategy. As soon as kids said gold and silver network marketing, I'm like, here's my credit card. I will figure this out as I go, because I understand the importance of knowing what a very open market looks like from a network marketing perspective. And so for those of you who are on the call, who are looking at this from the business model as well, everything that Mark just said is 100% true. And people like Kid and myself and Carla and Sanit, and I know Rebecca's on the call. Kaylor Betts is with us. He's not on the call today. We have so many people on my team. We've got Elisa, Mike, Jen, Meigs, Holly. I'm going to forget a few, but we're all committed here as leaders, because we don't win in this business model unless you guys are winning too. And the icky stigma part of network marketing often comes when people start a network marketing business because they want the commission of what they're selling, but then they kind of leave the team that they were building behind to figure everything else out on their own. And so someone like myself and Kid and so many others, we take our education behind this organization very seriously. I actually was fortunate enough to have a 1-hour private phone call with Jason, who is the CEO of 7K, because I wanted to vet this organization top down before I even started talking about it to leaders that I was tapping on the shoulder to say, I think you need to look at this, and then opening it up to my larger community. Network marketing is a very misunderstood industry. And it's one that I'm fighting hard to be able to revitalize, because as a business strategist, as someone who helps people create new streams of income as my day job, I see network marketing as an obvious solution for so many people who may not enjoy the idea of startup and the intricacies of starting a business at ground level. 7K is already an established organization, has a great reputation, has cash flow, has no debt. It's in a beautiful position. There's wide open markets. This is an amazing opportunity for people who are looking to bring in an additional stream of income. And so the expertise and support that I bring to my 7K team, the people who are joining through me or joining through the leaders who have already joined through me, and I'm supporting Kid and his team as well. Business is literally my middle name. This is what I help people do. And my goal here is to simplify this process. I saw a lot of comments flashing really quick. How many people do I have to talk to? How do I go about sharing this opportunity? Those are all things that I can offer a lot of support with. And I'm bolstering the leaders on my team to be able to train in the same way and support their teams in the same way. And that is the fine art of network marketing, is keeping it super simple, making it super easy to understand. And then you just duplicate what you saw that person do that brought you on board, instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, overcomplicating things, stressing yourself out. It's not worth it, because then it becomes not fun. So we want to keep network marketing fun. And the fact that this is such a brilliant product to be coming to the market in a way that's just easy. We don't have to think about it. That's what Rob and I love about 7K so much, is that, you know, money that we would have otherwise been taking out of our account to invest in some other account somewhere, like, oh, just set it up on collectibles and have those shipped to us every month. That just makes a lot of sense. We're just transferring one form of asset to another form of asset, and it's just taken care of for us. It's not something that we have to remember or remind ourselves of to do every few months or few years. Oh yeah, we got to go buy gold, or we got to go get some more coins. It just happens. And so the ease of which we're able to start stacking our assets, it's amazing. And we've only been in this for a couple of months now. So we're really excited about it. And here's the next steps, because we are going to wrap up the call. I know there's more questions, but here's what I'm going to tell you. You were invited to this call by somebody, whether that person was Kid or Laura or Jen and Mike or Carla or Shay. There's so many people, Krista Nagel, there's so many people who have been actively sharing the invitation to come in and learn more about this. Whoever that person was that invited you to this call today, if you clicked a link on my Instagram account or someone else's Instagram account, whoever it was that invited you here today, connect with them. For me personally, if you came in through me, you would have received an automatic email in your inbox about 15, 20 minutes ago to discuss next steps and how my team is able and ready to support you. I'm also helping Kid and Carla have that same process in place, just because we know the demand is huge for this right now, and we are ready and prepared to be able to support as many people who are interested in coming on board. So we've got beautiful systems in place, and we're super excited to be able to support you if this is the way that you choose to go. And if not, it is all good. None of us are in the game of convincing anyone of doing anything that doesn't feel aligned for you. If this isn't the right move for you to make, there's no harm done, guys. Please don't do this out of obligation or pressure. Do this because it aligns with you. It feels good for you. You can see the vision here if you're someone who's looking at this from a business perspective, and myself and the leaders on our teams will be here to support you. We've got all sorts of stuff that we can provide you with. Once you have committed to us that you are ready to go, that is when, just as Mark said, that's when our support really starts flowing, is when you've jumped in and joined us. So I'm just super excited. I'm thrilled about this opportunity. My business brain just popped as soon as it clicked for me what we were actually sitting on here. And so I'm also super pumped that Kid tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Hey, Swain, can you take a look at this? Like, is this up your alley? I'm hosting a call." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll come hear you out, dude. Let's see what this is about." And, that call, I was like, "Oh man, this is genius." So thank you, Kid. And maybe I'll hand it over to you now for your closing words.
Well, that's when I got excited, because I felt like, okay, I've never done any sort of MLM or MLM hybrid, scenario. I was really paying attention to what was happening geopolitically, and I knew like I got to get some gold and silver, but I was sort of lost in the shuffle and stressed about, who to trust and what to do. And so when this popped up, I'm like, oh my God, this feels like every cell in my body is vibrating right now. And then when I asked you, and then you said, oh my God, this is genius, then I got really excited. And then this whole thing blew up. So it really was Laura who tapped me on the shoulder. So thank you for that. And what's great about this is that eventually everyone is going to be jumping on gold and silver. Like even your friends who are glued to CBC, which is our state news broadcaster, AKA propaganda machine, they will eventually be on this. But right now it's the awake people, it's the awake community who really are paying attention to what's happening globally. The BRICS nations who are leaving the US dollar, like they understand the printing of the money. The awake, paying attention people right now are the first wave. And eventually there will be a much, much bigger wave. So what's exciting, like what Mark said, to echo that, is like we are like not even at the ground floor yet. This is pre-ground floor, which is super exciting if you're considering a situation where you want to be financially sovereign. That was a big theme at the last Kid Carson and Joe Friends event, is that people who don't want to be reliant on having to follow certain strange medical rules to stay employed. So not only is this something people really want, you're providing a safe space for yourself to keep your family and your livelihood going. So super excited. And I love the fact that Sarah has been so kind enough to help us develop a system where we can have weekly support, perhaps. She is the queen business person. It's like, Sarah, help me. She's like, everyone wants my help. So we've come up with an arrangement where we can all pool our resources and not feel like you're on your own. Like, oh my God, now I've got to go for coffee with people and trick them into signing up to some weird thing. It's not gonna be like that. It's gonna be like, hey, there's this cool thing. Like we have our next call on Wednesday, and we all get together and we all do something like this. So no one's gonna be on their own. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm just super excited that we're all in this together. And thanks for everyone's time today. And thank you, Sarah, for helping to organize this Zoom. So thank you.
Thank you. Mark, Danielle, any closing words?
When you're offered a seat on a rocket ship, just get on.
Yeah, I would say you're taking in a lot of info today. Don't try and absorb it all. They've done their due diligence. We have been talking to Kid and Sarah for weeks.
Weeks.
So We've been taking this in so that they can give it to you with confidence. So you don't have to go out and do that research. Again, I can just tell you, we got in blindly. We started running. It's the best thing we ever did. We learned it as we went. And I have to tell you, unlike a lot of other companies we've seen, the more that you pull back the layers here, the better it gets. It has not been the way traditionally it's always gone. Where you're like, ooh, I don't know. This just gets better and better and better. And as far as the premium, I know they're going to be adding more perks onto that. That's something we learned in a previous call prior to this. So I wanted to mention that as well as we brought it up. I'd encourage everybody to take action and then you'll learn as you go. But you could not be in a better place than you are right now.
With that being said, we'll sign off. Thank you everyone so much for your time. I'll be following up with those of you who connected with me or signed up through my process. There is an email in your inbox. Check your junk. Follow up with the people who invited you if it was not me. Follow up with Kid if it was Kid. So just whoever said, hey, I think you'd be interested in doing this, seek them out if this is something you're ready to get started with. We've got systems in place to be able to handle a higher than normal volume of people coming into this opportunity. So we're really looking forward to supporting you and doing this as one big old freedom family here in Canada. So much love to you and thanks for the partnership with everyone in the States. So you guys have been a blessing. Have an awesome one, everyone.
Take care.
Bye,
and thanks
everybody.
so much.
Thank you so much.